Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and my friends here, Kyle and Damaru. You lads want to introduce yourselves before we begin? The topic is a little heavier today.
What's
Hello,
up,
everyone.
everybody? This is Extreme Elixir.
And this is Imaru.
And we are the lads who do the video recording every Saturday and many other recordings, but this is one of the major ones. So for today's topic, I think this might appeal to a lot of people because I think we all have this situation in our life. We've all had the situation at least at one point, I would like to think, whether it be in a group situation or it would be a solo situation. I think we've all faced a certain special friend in our life or person or whatever it may be that often takes us for granted. And it's been something we've been running with for I think over a year plus now, I would say. I don't know. About a year-ish, I would say, and it's been sort of cyclical, and we sort of have to sit here and actually treat this podcast today as a form of catharsis. I would say just to get it all fucking out there, just to ease the pain, I guess you could say, as retarded as that sounds. So I don't want to know where we want to begin with this. We're obviously keeping everything out. We're keeping things anonymous. Just because it really isn't that important who or what these things are. I think the topic itself is more of the contention. So when it comes to friends, right, or family or people around you that often take you for granted, I feel that I'm often one of the people that goes around and tells you to cut people off and just walk away. And it sounds like it's really easy to say. And that's kind of because it is. It's really easy to say to not get yourself caught up with people who take you or like treat you like a fucking doormat. I think it's very easy to say to walk away from a situation like that. It's very easy to say it, but it's incredibly hard to fucking do it. And I've noticed as time passes, it is incredibly hard to fucking do it. And I totally sympathize now with people that get stuck in this sort of cyclical rut where they want to get away from it. They understand that what they're in is toxic. They understand it, but they just can't fucking get away from it. And I feel that now, and I think the rest of us guys feel that the same way too. We understand what it's like to be stuck in that toxic circle.
Oh yeah, just feels like you have no way out. Like you can't do anything to come.
One thing I will say is that it isn't the first time that it's happened in the group.
Right.
We've had people in the past that this has occurred with. So it's not exactly a new area for us. However,
it's not a good area to be in.
No, it's not a good area to be in. That's one of the big things there.
It's just sad to be in that area because it's just feels like what you're doing is just not enough.
Now, granted, the previous examples that have come before this were pretty simple cases. The people did something to either wrong us or wrong people that we either the viewers or whoever, and it's been a lot easier to just cut them out because it's like, well, that's really fucked up. Why would you use the viewers? Why would you play fucking social experiments?
Why would you chase after things that are superficial? Like we've dealt with people that are fucking absolute cunts, like two-faced individuals. As I think what Kyle's saying at this point, like two-faced people. It's easy to get rid of them, right? Because I guess to an extent you don't really have that much of a connection. I mean, the people that were doing that often within our circle weren't people that we were close to in the first place, so we didn't really give a shit about cutting connections off. I could give less of a fuck about cutting connections off with a two-faced piece of shit. That's not a big deal for me. But somebody that you, I guess you talk intimately with about yourself, right? Like, sounds pretty gay to me actually, but now that I think about it.
Boy.
But it's hard when you have to deal with somebody that you've spoken about yourself intimately to. I think amongst the group, these guys know me better than anybody else on the market because these guys are the guys that I talk about with all of my problems and all of my convictions, all that kind of stuff. And they do the same thing back and forth. That's how friendships work. That's how relationships flourish, is when you can get past that outer shell and actually get to know a man or a woman from that inside out. You know what I mean?
It's give and take. It's easily.
Yeah, exactly. It's a give and take thing. And there's a problem when you're the only one giving and the person that you're giving it to is literally just taking you out for granted. It makes you feel like crap afterwards. And it's one of those situations where you don't want to be in yourself. And if you're the one doing it to you, you need to fucking assess what you're doing wrong and deal with that appropriately. Like, you want to deal with that shit accordingly. You don't want to keep doing it. You don't want to just sit there and then blame existential things because some bad stuff happened to you at one point. Now you're going to be a fucking asshole to everyone and you're going to be abrasive and all that kind of stuff. It shouldn't happen. You shouldn't have to fucking do that. That's not an excuse. That never will be an excuse. That sounds like some pussified shit to me, and I don't really buy it that much either. Lots of iffy things have happened to me in my life, but I don't use that as an excuse to treat anybody differently or treat anybody with a lack of respect or decorum. That's fucked up. That's not being a human fucking being. That's being a fucking baby is what it is.
But anyways, one thing I will say, and this is for people, like if you're watching this and you think to yourself, maybe I've been doing this to people in my life. If you think that you've been maybe neglecting certain relationships, just take a look at yourself and ask, okay, maybe I've been neglecting them, but have I been like telling them, what's going on? Have I at least kept a relatively open line of communication? It doesn't have to be one-on-one in person. It doesn't have to be, talking to them on Discord every day. Just keeping, even if it's just through like Facebook Messenger. If you keep a line of communication open between them, hell, even slide into a fucking Twitter DM once in a while. All right.
Oh boy, spicy.
Just keep a line of connection open with that person. And, let yourself be open to having the people who are around you help you through your hard time. That's one of the biggest things. As long as you show that you're receptive to that person helping you, it's fine.
I think what's so important about that is, like, if you're the kind of person that tells a group of people that are special to you, oh yeah, you guys are really fucking special to me, and you decide to completely fucking keep individuals in the dark or just ignore them for an extended period of time and pop in, fucking telling them every here and there that whatever guy, I still love you. You don't fucking care about them. And you need to just tell that you don't care about them. If you care about people in your life, you have to fucking be there and tell them that and prove that because talk is motherfucking cheap in this instance, right? You have to actually be there. You have to actually give and receive and not just offload your issues, but sort of intake their issues themselves. Friends and family become a situation where issues and problems and worries become a shared substance almost, right? And it's good to share that kind of shit. You don't want to fucking put burdens on yourself. That is fucking stupid. I've never found that to be healthy in any situation. It's always better to share everything that's on your plate with everyone else. It's easier to fucking sit through the shitty meal that you have if you can spread it out appropriately, if that analogy makes sense.
The problem with that, the problem that I see with people having with that is that some people think that they are burdens themselves. People don't want to when you have a relationship with people that's been for a while and you still think that your problems are bothering other people, then if people get bothered by the problems that you come to tell them because they feel comfortable with you with the problems, then that person is not a friend. That person doesn't care.
They're just treating you like a fucking lightning rod is what they're doing. That's literally all it comes down to. You're a fucking lightning rod, okay? And you don't have to fucking be that way.
What kind of friend would that guy be if I would how would you feel if I said, no, you know what? I don't want to talk about your problems right now. I'm just playing a game or something.
That's fucking shitty. That's fucking shitty. I would feel fucking shitty. I'd be like, all right, well, you don't fucking care. And that's exactly why when somebody mentions a problem, you know what I mean? You don't fucking ignore it. You partake in it, all right? When motherfucking people care about you and are putting themselves out there for you, you should probably end up doing the same thing fucking back. And it sounds like we're pretty, like, passive aggressive about it. No, we're not passive aggressive. We're actually pretty fucking aggressive about this. I don't think there's anything passive to state in anything, because this is sort of road that we've went down, and there's nothing unhealthy about going down this road. I want to make that a fact. It's a fucking staple part of any social. If you have any social sense in you, you're gonna go through this road over and over and over again. I'm sorry to say, a lot of people in the world can be fucking shitty. Eventually, after a year and a half, you'll start to see if that person you're developing a connection with really fucking matters. And there's very few people that actually you can develop a proper connection with. A lot of people in the world are out there for themselves and are only in it for their own. And they treat people like fucking doormats. There's nothing unhealthy about going down this road. When I talked about that whole cyclical shit in the beginning, that wasn't necessarily for me feeling bad. I know that 10, 20 years down the later, me, Kyle, and Amara are going to be going through the same exact shit with other people. That's going to happen. That's not going to be a fact we're avoiding. We're going to have the same fucking conversation through our lives, which is different fucking lightning rods attached to them. That's it. That's fucking normal to have. The fact that we're having this discussion shows that we're maturing as fucking people anyways. We're not sticking around to it. The reason why this catharsis has to happen is because it's just fucking fun to let go of stupid shit that goes on in your life, right? Rather than keeping it all bottled up internally.
Exactly. That's just not healthy. That's not healthy. Just keep it on.
Fuck no.
You know what?
The thing that I see with that too is when that person, that whoever or whatever, just straight up tells you, okay, everything is fine. I'll change everything, and you don't feel the change. You don't feel the authenticity, the realism. You don't feel it real. You don't feel like it's actually committing. That doesn't make me angry. That just makes me sad. Makes me feel so disappointed.
Yeah, you fucking lied to. That's what it is. You just lied to is what it is. Like, it's insulting somebody's intelligence is exactly what it is, right? Like, you think I'm stupid enough to fucking listen over and over and over again? Like, do you think I was born 20 fucking minutes ago? Do you think I was just fucking rendered out 10 minutes ago into the fucking world? No. I've seen the world. I've seen what people do. Trust me. I get what you're saying. I've heard it a billion times before, and it's not going to work again. Simple as that.
Exactly.
You know, there was a point in time, and I'll say this, and I'll use a few names here. Me and Jordan, at one point, way back. This is way back. Back when we had a certain individual in our group, who would try to keep us away from each other. We all know what I'm talking about.
Oh boy.
There was a certain
600
point in time
fucking
where,
subs, dude.
Talking about ancient history.
So me and Jordan,
I heard he got a medical degree, dude.
me and
God.
Jordan fucking, we didn't like
600 reasons why.
we didn't like him.
Go ahead.
And
Sorry.
what ended up happening is that me and Jordan ended up cutting ourselves off. We ended up cutting ourselves off, and we would just play our own games. You know, I know for a fact during that period of time we played fucking Resident Evil 5, Portal 2, Resident Evil 6 even. But the problem with that is that we eventually came back. And then shortly after that stuff, events happened.
Oh my god. Happened indeed. Muda became a fucking psychologist is what happened.
And I think at that point I realized my love for Phoenix Savage.
Oh my god, we all did, dude. That was a fucking rush that night. Oh my god. Like, I'm not gonna tell you all, like, in the street, I mean, the podcast, what happened that fucking night, but oh Jesus, it was like within an hour, we had a fucking two-faced asshole that was in our group fucking shut down, gone, deleted off the fucking server. With like 20 minutes is all it took for this dude to be the most backbiting, venomous fuck, and then go cry to a hug box. It was amazing. It was like, you know when they say there isn't that perfect fucking moment? This is that perfect fucking moment.
It's cathartic.
All right, it's the best.
I was having Aaron Smith in the background while this shit was going down. It's like, god damn, there we go.
Dude, I go ahead.
Essentially what I'm saying here is we're not all clean of this. You know, there's times where you legitimately do need to shut down and shut yourself out for a while.
Right.
It's just a matter of how long are you doing it for? Are you pushing people away intentionally, or are you just trying to give yourself a moment's rest?
I mean, and to an extent here, I'll give you guys a little bit of a personal tell on my end. Was I like this at one point? Actually, fairly, yeah. And I would actually argue I was a little bit worse. Was I a kind of person that really didn't I took a lot of people's problems in, but I would always stay quiet about myself. Absolutely. And there was a lot of times where I would never really reach out to anyone. I just keep it all internally. That's not fucking healthy. And trust me, the person that I was at that point wasn't exactly the most healthiest individual. It fucks you up for a while. And to be honest, that's one of the things you have to do as an adult is learn how to fucking grow. I was a younger guy back then. I mean, I'm still young now, but back then I was even more younger. And when you're coming into that mindset, what took me to change was actually seeing a lot of bad that occurred in my life for me to realize that, I'm carrying a lot of fucking shit on my back. I should probably learn to let it go, and I should probably learn to be a better fucking person by actually communicating with the ones that I actually truly love. Because there's the thing, I truly did love everyone in my life at the time, the people that were close. It's just you
didn't want to burden them.
You thought
you'd be a burden.
You think you're a burden, but it's also being a shitty person because you're not actually going both ways in a healthy in a trying to have a healthy relationship. That fucks it. That is a bad person. I will agree that is what made me a bad person, and that's something that I can feel proud of acknowledging because I've changed 110% from that. I've become the opposite. I've been more of a fucking person that gives. Two close friends, obviously. I don't fucking tell everyone on the street my fucking problem. Okay, I'm not no fucking SJW nanny. I'm not gonna tell you about all my life issues. But fucking that's a turnaround. But that's what happens when you take a step back. You look in the mirror and say, I fucked up. Now it's time to be a better person, and you have to commit to being a better fucking person, right? It's like trying to getting into a workout phase, trying to fucking go on a diet, trying to do the most basic, meandering, repetitive shit. You have to agree, you have to become a better person. You have to commit to that shit. And that's how you change. There are some people in life, the people that are gone, that have never fucking committed. They haven't even tried to. It's superficial, and that's why it fucks up. Go ahead.
I'd like to equate this out to, not everyone's going to understand this, obviously, but growing up into a healthier adult is a lot like writing code. If you don't have someone else look at your code that you're writing, you're never going to see the problems that you made in that code. If you have someone else to look over it, they can tell you, oh yeah, this isn't right. You need to change this.
Oh man, you guys gotta go back to my network security days. Those were the best.
That's the biggest thing. If you're the only set of eyes looking at your problems, you're only going to come up with your answers, and your answers aren't always the best answers.
100% agree.
If you have another person looking at your problems with you, they might see them differently, and they might be able to pinpoint where you can change and where you can fix them.
Holy fuck, you just actually gave me an epiphany. This takes me back to my earlier work years. I wasn't always a fucking video editor. This does take me back working in fucking groups. I guess that is actually what kind of got me to be a better fucking person, because that's around the same time I started working in my very first career path myself. I actually have to fucking totally give you the goddamn pat on the back for coming up with the best fucking analogy on being a better person, because he's totally right. You have to look at you have to have somebody, you have to be willing to actually let them look at your problem. There's some people who are so shut down and so full of themselves and knowing that they are fucking God's gift to the earth. They think they know everything, that they never have anybody else ever fucking analyzing them or psychoanalyzing it, I guess, for lack of a better term.
That should just keep snowballing at the end.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. I used to be incredibly shut off. So before this group, I didn't really have friends. When I was in high school, I hung out with one, maybe two other people that weren't friends. They were acquaintances. After high school, never talked to them again. Went to college. I was an acquaintance with pretty much everybody in my law enforcement program. Wasn't friends with any of them. Left college, never talked to them again. This group right here is the only group of people, and is by far one of the longest relationships I've ever had in my life. The only relationship other than my family that is longer than this one is with my wife.
Oh, we're like your second wife. That's so cute.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Legitimately,
well, buckle up, bitch, because we're going for years.
I never had friends before this group. I never had people to lay my problems on. I didn't like telling my problems to my parents too much. I I've kind of grown out of that over the years. I will talk to them about some things, but for the most part, I never really talked to my problems about anybody with anybody. So I saddled them up on my back and I took them with me. It took probably till 2015 for me to realize that, hey, I'm starting to become, I used to be a very mellow person when I was in high school, but I noticed myself becoming a little more aggressive, a little angrier. And I'm like, I gotta let this baggage go. I gotta figure out a healthy way to get rid of it.
That's exactly, yeah. Holy shit.
What you gotta do, yeah.
God damn, dude. This is a fucking straight woke show right now. Jesus Christ. God damn it. God fucking damn it. That's so true.
Rick and Morty, man.
That is so let's consummate this relationship, boys. But
think of an experience.
Hold on, dude. We already did that in Vegas.
I know, we did.
Oh, God.
That was like the fucking hottest orgy ever, dude. So much sweat, blood, and tears going down.
Man. I wish we could have released that video. We had the video of it. It's just,
oh man, we got the whole lighting and everything, dude.
The audio was so fucked.
Dude, the maid walked in. That was the funniest shit in the world.
Is it really that fucked? Can we do something
pretty
about
fucked.
Dude, that's like that's a punishtube.com video.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, it's pretty gay.
I don't know. People survived my fucking mic. The video quality isn't that bad. Come on.
No, it's not, dude. It's not.
For people who probably forgot, at the end of my Immortal videos, we teased a bigger video that sadly never happened.
Yeah, it was
shut down when we left Konami.
Oh my god! It was just a fucking video. I actually think I have it on my.
I'm sure you probably have.
I have it on cloud storage. I know I do. Here, actually, while we're at the end of this, I'm actually going to go
essentially,
on photos and...
for those of you who don't know, I'll talk about it a little bit. I'm not gonna just in case it ever does come out.
What month and year was it again? Real quick.
It was October 2016.
Okay.
Yes.
October 2016.
So essentially, what we did when all of us met up in Vegas, because My Immortal was a pretty big event for the channel, and essentially what we were planning on doing is someone made a I'm not gonna say it's not a fan fiction.
It's a fan continuation or something like that.
Yeah, it's like it's basically a fan continuation of the events after My Immortal that include like most of the characters from My Immortal and the SOG crew. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty freaking great, but Muda may or may not release it. I don't know.
I have it. I'm gonna fucking post it in Megawork for you guys.
If we end up releasing this, understand the audio is way worse than anything that's normally on the channel.
Yeah.
But
also it's almost 2 years old, the video at this point.
So we were it's
a vintage video. Way less cringy. I think we were more cringy guys.
Dude, we've evolved over the years.
Yeah, I don't know. With some work,
It's like, let me just... I'm actually posting it into my cloud. Hold on. But I fucking have a lot of Keemstar memes from them. Jesus Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, I have like I'm scrolling like down on the fucking cloud backup and it's just so much fucking Keem memes.
And I remember, well, that's something that I wanted to talk about actually. That Vegas trip was like amalgamation of everything that happened for me from 2014, because I was on I don't want to say a dead-end job, because I have ways of promotion in my job. From 2011 to 2017, I work at a hotel. I was night shift for fucking all those years. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I don't know what I was going. I knew that I wanted to draw, but I was in the ass of the world, living in a hometown that I still like. I love my hometown, but it's barren. It's in the middle of nowhere.
It's where Death Stranding takes place, for those wondering.
Exactly. When he says it's in the ass crack of the world, it's actually in the ass crack of the world.
It's actually legit. It's Ushuaia in Argentina, something like that. I have my friends. All my friends have moved on. They've gone to college. I got nothing. I lead the sedentary life. I was just going to work, going to bed, eating, going to work, going to bed, eating, all that shit.
Yep.
What I had to ease everything was I have Critical. I had to watch Critical, and I had to watch this boy right here, Muda,
Boy.
just in the background until that fucking day when you started streaming, talking about, I don't know, an animated series or something. I don't remember. And I'm like, hey, I have a post-it note here. I don't know. I'm going to doodle some shit. And I sent it to you. And that's how it all started, I guess.
Oh, yeah. We talked about animated stuff during Crisis 2. I was streaming it on the fucking Xbox of all things.
Yeah. Then, I don't know. I was feeling like, damn, all these people are actually paying attention to me. The drawing was awful, but still, it was like,
hey, it was good. Come on.
It was quick doodle shit. That's what I like.
Well, but your quick doodle stuff looked good, so that's what matters.
Like that little thing, that little piece of paper, basically got me to where I am today. Recording this shit, going to Vegas back then, and I don't know where it's gonna lead in the future, but.
Dude,
it's the smallest thing would start. It's the smallest thing because we also shared everything.
With this guy. It's what led us up to being in the same fucking building as Vinny Favorito, boy.
Oh, dude, fucking Vinny, dude.
Fucking Vinny, dude. Oh, our Vegas trip was
Vinny fucking Hana.
By the time I saw all of us in the same pool. Oh my God.
Vinny fucking Hana, dude. Oh, that guy was the best. What the fuck?
By the time I saw all of us in the lobby just walking down the street, I'm like, wow, fuck, this is happening. This is actually happening.
That's what I said too. I'm like, man, you from Argentina?
We all got together. We were like the strip crossed with the boulevard
Bellagio and everything. Yeah.
We all sat there and say, "We're boys. We're here." And it's like,
oh god.
If I would have died at that moment, I would have been happy.
Dude, I say we almost died if you think about it. Remember fucking Planet Hollywood? That was the best. Holy shit.
The tweaker?
You guys that was the best fucking story. So we go to this restaurant in fucking Planet Hollywood. Like, this was all you can eat place, right? And we go to this restaurant. Like, at the time, we're prepared to like pay for our shit ourselves. We don't care. We're paying full price to go. It's a fucking all you can eat, right? Like, you're gonna pay a good chunk to go to it.
Yeah,
so
straight up.
This fucking like meth addict motherfucker like walks up to us, right? This girl that obviously has never fucking consumed anything other than black tar heroin in her life, walks up to us, and she gives us a fucking like printed paper. She gives it to us and just fucks off. So we're just like sitting there like, she's just handing out like, so she hands us a Groupon coupon. I'm like, is this how things work in Vegas? Like, they just give me a fucking Groupon coupon and I give it to the cashier. I'm like, sounds pretty retarded to me, but okay, sure. I guess they get a kickback out of it. So we went up, me and Kyle paid for the whole thing, right? We're like, okay, whatever. It's like 2 for 4 people, I guess, or some bullshit like that. So we fucking paid for it and we got our meal. This tweaker lady like just runs up to me and she's like, where's the fucking money? How much money did she ask again? What was it, like $100?
I don't know, but I know that she was fucking hovering around. I remember that. She was like looking at the direction and everything. And as soon as we get the table, it's like, are you going to pay me my money or something like that?
Yeah, like I was literally, like she walks up, like, you guys gonna pay me? I'm like, okay, I didn't fucking buy cocaine from anybody. What the fuck is going on here? Like, trust me.
Hold on a second, Grisar. Hold the horses.
So we end up paying her because like, what the, like, we could have easily said, fuck you, I'm not gonna pay you, bitch, I don't fucking know you. But I'm pretty sure there was a cartel group hanging outside the fucking Planet Hollywood that would have had something else to say.
As we leave.
As soon as we leave, Armando's gonna put 2 in the fucking back and fly back out. But
she needed the money because she was not going to wake up the next morning if she didn't have the money.
Right, exactly. So like we paid her the fucking cash and we had a good meal. We had a really stupid meal if you think about it, because like because with our meal we had alcohol with it as well, and like we were eating like fucking kids. Like, we sat there drinking our sody pops and the fucking like the lady comes up at the end. It's like, you guys had alcohol for free. We're like, what the fuck? Motherfucker, why were you? Yeah, I was like, why are you pouring me Mountain Lime? Yeah, I was like, why are you pouring me fucking discount Mountain Dew? Find me some actual booze. I got fucking angry. I was like, dude, because she's giving us like fucking, you know, Dr. Cokie Man instead of fucking Coca-Cola. Oh my god. Fucking.
I remember we got some champagne after that.
Yeah, we got champagne, exactly. But like beforehand, she was giving us like fucking Senator Peppers or some shit, and we're like, nah, we want the actual fucking doctor. So like we're we're getting this discount ass shit, and that's what it is. And it reminds me, booze in Vegas was fucking overpriced to shit, like crazy. Like we went
Jesus
to this.
Christ.
We went to this like Japanese restaurant for fucking ramen. I didn't have any, but like we ended up having like what was it, like sake and shit? Yeah. That was the fucking worst. Like they boiled this for us, right? And like
I didn't mind it.
It was awful.
That was
it was awful. It's like drinking that fucking medicine from beaver shit. Just heat it up.
It's kind of
a big problem is that it was unflavored rice sake.
That is true. Yeah.
They didn't have any flavor to it. That was one of the big issues.
The thing
it was served warm.
The thing with booze for me is like if you're gonna like give me hard liquor, like I shouldn't have to chase it down with Coke. Like that means you fucked up because like usually if it's good, I'm not gonna chase it down with anything. That's just retarded. But yeah, it was absolutely stupid. I remember fucking like. I think this was the one time we went to go get booze because like the place where we were staying at the Westgate.
Are you talking about the time we almost got raped?
Me and Kyle got we almost had our assholes fucking spread open. Okay, so I think this will be the last story for the podcast. But fucking so what happened was Jordan was just fucking getting wasted the whole time over there. That
he wanted to go with us.
Oh
yeah, we were not.
Fucking go. I said like, but bitch, you ain't moving. I just stayed there taking care of his ass because he could barely move.
Yeah, so Imari was basically fucking taking care of the babies, and me and Kyle were like, all right, we can walk, so that counts enough to go get booze. So we walked down to the Westgate like fucking booze store, and we were like, we're not fucking buying $60 vodka. It's not like I would buy $60 vodka. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any issue with buying high end like booze if it's high end.
You know it. The brand of that vodka. Or it might not have been vodka, but the brand of the vodka was called Goldschlager, and for those of you who know, it has like little gold shavings at the bottom.
Motherfucker, I ain't drinking no metals, right? What do you think? I'm a fucking...
Now here's the thing, though. If you go anywhere else, if you go here in Minnesota, that bottle is only $32 or less.
Yeah,
oh my fucking God.
Yeah, over there they were fucking us for sure.
It was like $60.
Yeah. So regardless, we get our fucking, so we go to the CVS pharmacy, right? Because that has like booze and shit. Again, leave it to America to have fucking booze at a pharmacy, right? You got at the same time.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah, we went to CVS. Yep. So we go to CVS. You guys
went to like a 7-Eleven or something.
No,
actually, no, we did go to a 7-Eleven. We got the pop from there, but the booze from another place.
Yeah, the booze had to come from a pharmacy. So I mean,
well, it is Vegas, so
it's fucking Vegas. So we go to the CVS pharmacy and we get our booze, and I walk outside, and at this moment in time, I bought the new iPhone at the time, which was a 7 Plus, and this fucking dude walks up to me. He's like, "Can I use your phone, please?" And I was like, dude, I didn't get fucked on the Apple Care for this, so probably not. I didn't want to get double dipped by Apple's balls, so no, right? You know what I mean? So the guy like he gives this like stare, and then he just walks the fuck away. So regardless of the time, me and Kyle walk back into CVS pharmacy because you're a lot more safer with medicine than away from medicine. I would assume that was the logic. Yep. So we called Uber, and the fucking dude was coming. And I made sure to note it was a fucking Dodge. What was it, like a Yukon?
It was a it was a Caravan.
Caravan, yeah, okay. So there's a fucking Caravan. All right, we made sure to like note down the vehicle, the type, the fucking VIN numbers, all that bullshit, and we stood out in the lot when it was coming. So when the vehicle's coming, like fucking 3 minutes to go on the Uber app, we start seeing I start noticing motherfucking people like just on each corner of that like fucking parking lot.
People were coming through like the parking lot. There was one dude by the out of service doors, just sitting there in the shadows. And we're just like, oh, fuck, this is going to happen.
I was sitting there
the way,
like...
It's like 11 o'clock at night. It's like 11, 12 o'clock at night at this point.
Yeah, like...
we probably shouldn't be out in this side of town at this point.
What side of town? It was like a fucking street off the strip, by the way. Like, what the fuck? You know? So we're like... So we're literally just out in no man's land about to get fucking raided. Like, it's a Pokemon encounter of the fucking ages. This Chrysler rolls the fuck in. Me and Kyle dart to this Caravan like fucking every kid running out of soccer practice. We sit the fuck down. This guy drives out. And this dude just gives this one death stare as the car's pulling out back towards civilization.
Here's the thing, though. You didn't notice it at the time.
Yeah, you did.
I was watching, I was watching to see like what was happening. From the entrance of the CVS where we saw the fucking like tweaker dude. When we were driving away, I looked over. That fucker, the tweaker dude, was going towards where we had just been standing.
Fuck.
And he gave us the death stare. He was like, "I almost had you," and I'm like,
"Almost had that booty, boy. Almost got them cheeks."
He was legitimately like, "I almost had to," and I was just giving him the face, like, "I don't know if you would have wanted to."
Oh.
At that point, I was just complimenting the dude's caravan. I'm like, "It's fucking awesome, dude. This car's the great. This car saved my fucking life."
I love it, 'cause the fucking dude in the caravan's like, "Yeah, what are you guys doing on this side of town?"
Yeah.
Like a merciful angel dropping. Well, that I still hold that trip with love because that was my first time ever in the U.S.
Yeah, dude. U.S. is great. I'd go to Las Vegas again, dude. No, probably not. I'd save it for another trip. We didn't gamble, so we should have went to a fucking Carrot Top show.
I wanted to play blackjack, but the fucking minimum was like $200. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna fucking count cards here, motherfucker. You can kick me out. Get out of here. But that was our Vegas trip, and honestly, that was our cathartic tale of people that you should probably stay away from that treat you like dirt. But fuck, guys, honestly, I just feel like I had really great sex right now. It feels good, and I feel relaxed.
All right. I wish I had a good tale about uplifting, wholesome shit to say, but I just can't think of it right now. Just don't be a dick, I guess. Just don't be a dick. Stay with the people that make you good. And
wow, now I want to say right now, we're not saying to immediately abandon the person. If you have a person that you think fits this description, but you think that they can change, stick with them, work with them.
Let them know. Let them know that you care, and just see if they care.
I still have way too many Keemstar memes on my phone. Fuck, dude.